Wong paradox. With the unholy alliance of NorCal and SoCal fully charged by the shared Moss Arcade relics, the combined West Coast Army formed a tight, battle-tested vanguard. They didn't march blindly anymore. They moved with synchronized, devastating precision. Forming elite two-person tag teams, the West Coast Brawlers fanned out across the ridge, surrounding the East Coast Syndicate and initiating a brutal, systematic dismantling. The systematic demolition. The battlefield erupted into a series of high-octane, two-on-two skirmishes designed to exploit every weakness the East Coast had. The tactical mix-up. Chris Matrix and Ohio found themselves locked in a violent, high-speed chess match against Clockwork and Viscount. Swords clashed, shadow traps detonated, and calculated reads collided with raw kinetic energy until Ohio and Clockwork caught Matrix with a dual-axis vortex, grounding him for the count. The Turtle Breakers, the impenetrable defensive walls of Executioner and Sanford Kelly tried to hold the line, but they were swarmed by relentless West Coast synergy. Combining SoCal's aggressive rushdown with NorCal's spatial zoning, the Alliance systematically cracked the heavy turtles, wearing them down until Executioner's defenses finally shattered. The promoter's downfall. Even Triforce, who tried to hide behind stacks of cash and operational loopholes, was hunted down. Cornered by a combined NorCal-SoCal strike team, he was swept off his feet in a flurry of golden thunder and left spinning in the dirt, his promotional empire crumbling around him. One by one, the East Coast generals, Sanford, Yipes, Chris Matrix, Mike Infinite, Executioner, and Triforce, were dismantled, overwhelmed by the sheer, unified firepower of the West Coast. Within minutes, the entire East Coast Syndicate was lying flat on the ground, beaten and bruised. Except for one man, the last man standing, Justin Wong stood entirely alone in the center of the shattered ridge. All of his teammates were down. His backup was gone. By every law of combat, logic, and mathematics, the East Coast had lost. Yet, as the combined, glowing armies of NorCal and SoCal closed in to finish the job, the most bizarre, infuriating phenomenon began to unfold. Justin didn't panic. He just smiled that calm, unbothered smile, and the comeback paradox hummed into overdrive. It didn't make sense. It defied all logic. It was pure, unadulterated Wong factor. The coax. As a veteran SoCal brawler rushed him with a full-charged plasma strike, Justin casually leaned to the side, whispered something so psychologically devastating about frame traps that the brawler literally tripped over his own feet, knocked himself out cold, and face-planted into the mud. The absurd dodge. A NorCal heavy hitter threw a brutal haymaker straight at Justin's jaw. At the exact millisecond of impact, a stray pebble bounced off Justin's shoe, causing him to slip backward. The attacker's fist completely missed, slammed straight into a boulder, ricocheted back, and caught the attacker square in his own face, sending him flying backward into unconsciousness. The virus in the system, little by little, slip by slip, bizarre accident by bizarre accident, Justin kept moving forward. He was like a microscopic virus in the system, insignificant, impossible to predict, but somehow managing to corrupt every firewall the West Coast threw at him. The combined generals of NorCal and SoCal stood frozen, staring in sheer disbelief as half their remaining vanguard was taken out not by godlike martial arts, but by sheer, dumbfounded luck, miraculous positioning, and uncanny troll-like survival instincts. Justin cracked his knuckles, adjusting his jacket as he stood completely alone against an army of glowing titans. "Is that really all you got?" Justin teased softly, his aura flaring bright as he prepared for the most impossible 1v all comeback in gaming history.